heart attack. Fast, fatal, hard impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now. Y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do start, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a number of things have happened. Now, we had Deku. Deku has come under the control of Emma Frost. Emma got into Deku's mind. And Deku, in the last part, him and many other people, they were talking about what's going on with Terrigenesis and the Terrigen clouds. Now, the Terrigen cloud, the only one remaining, it is going to expand and rapidly cover the Earth. And right now, Genosha, they cannot stop it. If they make an attempt at the cloud, Medusa will start a war. If the cloud expands and, well, covers the Earth, it will destroy mutants. And right now, a plan is being made. Now, Beast was the only one who disagreed to the plan. And right now, everybody else in the room, they knew what was at stake here. And right now, Emma, she gave Deku a bit of an order. And Deku, he followed very well to the word. Snap and kill Beast's neck. Now, Hank could not defend against this. It was too sudden and it was too fast. And his body was later discovered in his lab, exposed to Terrigen mist. Now, Deku and Emma were both talking. And right now, plans are being made. And things are going to happen soon. Now, Emma has made a decision. And she let many other people in on the situation. The world can end for them. Right now, they need to stand and fight. And they need to take care of the Inhuman family first. The Royals will be their main problem. If they take them out, contain them, then they can destroy the cloud, unimpeded, unopposed. Then, the Inhumans, they can let them go. But if they do try to retaliate and fight, then the war might begin. However, they would rather make sure their people are out of harm's way before they start the fighting. Now, everybody they do hear Emma. And right now Deku, he does somewhat stand up and stand with Emma, expressing to many of them. He has many ideas and many things he needs to plan out. And he wants them all to know. He will be helping and being very much involved in battle strategy here. He will be telling them who their targets are, and he will be building devices with Forge's help and aid to take on the Inhumans. All of them need to know. If they do not want to be a part of this, then they can choose now. Leave this room and forget what they heard. Now, a lot of people do go to look around, and right now, a lot is on the line. And Deku, he does look towards the back. There is Katsuki. She's sitting there with her head down. And he can tell that she is thinking. But then there's Jean. Jean just stared directly at him. And so is Laura. And Deku, he can tell from the look on Laura's face. She's ready for this. She's prepared to kill. There is an alertness in her eyes that doesn't waver. And he does like that. Now, Deku, he does look over towards Rogue, asking exactly what her thoughts are on the matter. And Rogue, she does go to agree. If it does mean their survival, then they will fight the Inhumans. It does seem like this has finally come to pass, hasn't it? Now, many people are talking. And right now Deku, he does start to go through the process of getting things ready. Now, after the meeting is done, you do actually have Katsuki, who does go to pull Deku aside. What is it? You're serious about this? Yes. Why wouldn't I be? Izuku, you you've never expressed ideas like this before. Wanting to kill? I don't want to kill. I want to survive. I want our people to survive, Katsuki. Izuku, there has to be another way. Is there another way, Katsuki? I'm waiting. The only other man who is trying to find another way is dead. He is buried out there. And right now, the Inhumans, they don't care. They don't care that one of the greatest minds who is trying to help them is dead. Alright? I have tried looking into it. I can't solve this problem. And the only other way to get rid of it is to destroy the Terrigen Cloud. It's saturated the atmosphere too much. We are fucked if it expands. Okay, but everything else, the royals, taking them out, potentially killing them, we only will have to kill them if they resist. Izuku, that's what? That's the truth. Katsuki, I don't like it either, okay? But, I mean, seriously, what else do you want me to say? There's no good here. There's no evil. All the heroes, they're somewhere else. They've left us to do this ourselves. And if that does mean we have to play the devil's advocate, then I will. I will carry that burden. That could be my sin. Okay? Is that what you're talking about? Izuku, I'm not trying to... Why are you talking this way? Talking what way? Katsuki, listen. Deku's staring forwards. And right now she actually has someone going to back up against the wall. As Deku is going to tell her, he will protect them. Everybody. He is tired of people he cares about dying. He's tired of everybody he's ever known either being buried outside or dying in his arms. He's tired of people he does know always being something somewhere. Now, Katsuki does stare up at Deku. And right now she's going to look down. What is it? There's something that Izuku. Deku turning his head. To look directly towards Forge. I gotta go. Tell me later. Deku going to turn and walk. And right now Katsuki is just going to look back towards him. He's serious about this. He really does plan to kill the Inhumans. But this was a... God. Now, Katsuki does think, why? Why has it finally come to this? Now, with that Deku, he does start to go through plans, analyzing certain Inhumans and finding out which ones will be higher threats. And right now, a month would pass. Deku, he does work on his own machines. Forge, he is getting ready for the Terrigen problem. And right now, Emma is scheming in the background. And she actually does take control of Storm. Now, Storm, yeah. She was kind of confused whenever Emma started talking about a few things. However, whenever she did start to disagree with them, there was where Emma, she just took control of Storm's mind like that. And then Storm was a bit more on board. The idea of faking an attack with a Terrigen Cloud, making it look like it just came to Genosha. And it started to overwhelm their systems, and they just tried to destroy it. Medusa would have to at least look at them then, and make a choice. Let her cloud be destroyed, or try to attack. Kill the mutants to save her cloud. That place would be full of people who would not mutate through Terrigenesis. And right now, it would put all eyes on her. And even if her people would come out alive through the war, they would be demonized for attacking and trying to stop the mutants from protecting their home. Now, that is what Storm does start to understand. And right now there actually is about 2 weeks before the storm does start to, well, 2 weeks before the storm will cover the world, actually. Now, Deku has gotten everything in place, and right now, he does start to give people a few tasks as they are all sitting down. Now, Deku does sit there and begin. He is going to let everybody know the certain machines that he has built, they're all ready, and they all do need to be attached to their chosen inhuman. Now, here is how things are going to work. Jean Grey is going to take on Karnak. Karnak has the ability to sense flaws, and right now, he has created a device that will confuse the man. He will see flaws in everything, and the design is quite simple. Jean Grey will confuse the man's mind, trap him in a mental barricade, and then attach a device to him. When he does break free, reality won't be the same to him anymore. Magneto is going to be taking on the Inhumans and their ships. What he's going to be doing is getting aboard them and dismantling them, stopping them from going back to the Inhuman City. Right now, a lot of people who are trained in combat, who have experience in their powers, are aboard those ships. And right now, people in New Attilan, the Inhuman City, they're mostly civilians. The only one there they would need to worry about is Medusa at this time. And then there's actually Phantom X. Phantom X can take out the Inhuman Hound, who does have the ability to teleport. If they do take out the dog, then things are going to be quite easy. No one will be able to get around, cripple their movement, and increase time between communications, if not troop movement. And then there actually is magic. Magic needs to take out certain people, remove certain pieces from the board, and right now that will help to cripple their forces. After that is done, they can move them to Limbo, where they will be stuck indefinitely. And then there actually is Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler and Emma are going to take on Medusa. Now, a lot of people do stare at Deku. And right now Deku, he is going to hold something up. Expressing all of them. He's going to be going against Black Bolts. And he and the Hulk will be there together. Now, Deku has expressed all of them. He has everything under control. Him and Hulk have talked. And if he can't handle it, the Hulk definitely will. The Quiet Room, it is a neutral meeting ground. However, Black Bolt, he is a man who is diplomatic. He does know that much. The man wouldn't dare speak a word in his presence, unless he does have to. So right now, his plan is going to be quite simple. Now, we do actually have where everybody, they do start to get things into place. And right now, Deku, he is going to take out Black Bolt first. Remove the very largest piece from the board. And leave the Queen for somebody else. Now, Deku, he does start to get things prepared. And right now, Emma, she actually does get her own secret plan in place. She will be taking over Nightcrawler's mind. And then she'll take over Medusa's. And that's where things will get a lot more interesting. Now, with that, we actually do have over with Deku. Deku, he currently does sit down at a bar. And he actually does sit there with a drink in his hand, and himself just going to swallow around with a pair of gloves on. As the bartender, he does go to walk up. Excuse me, sir. How is your drink? I'm quite fine. It's nice here. Interesting. You know, I've been here before, but I actually never had a drink here. Nice place. I'd like to meet the owner. Sorry, sir. The owner, Black Bolt, he's very busy right now. Black Bolt's here, isn't he? Yes, sir, but there's an entire situation. You know, Terrigenesis and all? Of course, right. Well, I would know a lot about that. Then again, I'm just here to drink my problems away. You guys do give a discount to mutants, right? Sorry. That's not for me to decide. I understand everything going on, so I could buy you the drink myself. Good man. Good man, but I was joking. Now, I'd like to speak to Black Bolt, please. Sorry, man. Listen, I know a lot of people have complained to him before. He's my boss, but he's trying his best. I mean, you can't blame them. I'm not blaming anybody. But I could blame him. I know the entire situation and I know what he did. I know his sin. Really? Okay, man. Listen, clearly you've had a lot to drink and you're going through a lot of shit. Just there's a place you can go to 2 blocks away. Mutants can pick you up and take you to Genosha. All right? Just follow the markers. I see you don't understand. What's your mutant power? Or inhuman power, I should say. Oh, uh, well, you know how I'm a bartender. Mm-hmm. The man going to Dookie pick up a cocktail mixer. Him holding it in his hand, as his hand starts to somewhat vibrate in place. And Deku is going to watch that. Him kind of surprised. As the guy is going to somewhat set it back down and going to pour a glass. Him informing Deku that his powers are quite simple. He can vibrate his molecules at any frequency. And if he does increase the frequency, he actually can move through objects. Interesting. Interesting. Do you want to know what my powers are? Sure. If I get angry, I get stronger. And if I get stronger, I smash things. I have a reputation around Earth. You know, being shot, being blown up, being there in Genosha over the world, saw it light up like the fucking sun on Earth. I have been killed. I have been on the run. I've been missing. I've been a little bit everywhere. I've knocked around Thor and tussled Captain Marvel. And right now, your precious leader, tell him the Hulk wants to speak with him. Now, the man is stare at Deku. As Deku's eyes, they do glow green. And the man is going to walk away. Clearly, this man wants to start a problem. And right now, the boss might have to knock them away. However, whenever Black Bolt is going to walk out and see Deku, Deku does a Doki turn on his bar stool, him bringing his hand up and waving. As Black Bolt does Doki turn to this person and inform them. He needs to talk to this person in private. It is a big matter. And the person they do so going to ask the question. To which Black Bolt doesn't respond, simply just going to bring his hand up and wave Deku over. Now, the two are going to sit down in private. And right now Deku, he has expressed a lot to Black Bolt's. As, with his gloves on, he does get Doki reach into his pocket. Him pulling out a pen and a notepad. And right now Deku, he does get things ready. As he does start to tell Black Bolt a few things. Him going to slide over the notepad and tell him, quite simply. He knows that he does have his own special language. However, he's assuming that he can write, can't he? The man looking and nodding. You see, I would let you get in my head, but I'm not going to do that. Too angry, I suppose. You understand. Wrath is a powerful tool. Now, Black Bolt is going to bend his hand down to reach for the pen, picking it up and going to start writing a few things. I see. Good. Now, Black Bolt, I have a few things to inform you of. Your Genesis cloud, from what I understand, very soon it will be hitting critical mass. It is going to try and head for Genosha first. We have the numbers. Your cloud is going to envelop my entire people. Our land and our home. You understand how that's a problem, don't you? Now, Black Bolt just stared at Deku. Him writing something down before going to jerky turn the notepad to Deku. And Deku does go look down at it. I see. Well, you understand why we want to destroy Terrigen now. The mist, it's quite simple. It plans to envelop the entire Earth. No mutants left alive. And right now, it plans to kill my people before it does that. We have machines that can destroy and, well, contain your cloud. However, it won't do that for very long. Our people will be destroyed and we will take action. Machines are currently in Genosha to take it down. And you should know this. Your wife, I know she still hates the way she agreed to everything. How I tricked you. How you so easily gave up. How you've been watching us destroy your clouds and take out your people. You know. Now, Black Bolt, he is kind of confused. Him gonna Dookie bring the pen up and write a few things down. As while the pen is in Black Bolt's face, there actually is where a mist is Dookie sprayed into his eyes and into his nose. Now, Black Bolt, he is going to jump up, breaking the pen in his hand. Him looking directly at Deku as he does try to speak. However, right now, Black Bolt, he does find that his entire face, along with his throat, he can't say a word. Now, Deku does going to stand up and bring up his hand. Him going to enlarge it and give control to the Hulk. As the Hulk does going to smash into Black Bolt. Now, Black Bolt, he is knocked away with the force of a single punch. And right now, after Black Bolt, he does get so much lay down for a second, his entire body feels paralyzed. He doesn't understand. He can't move. And right now, Deku does going to bend down. His enlarged Hulk arm going to shrink back down. As Deku, he does somewhat fix his sleeve. Alright. That is still not fun to do. Painful. More so than I imagined. Now, Black Bolts. Deku bending down and informing him. They're going to go on a little trip. However, he doesn't have to worry about not seeing his wife again. He'll see her very shortly. However, he does need to know. Trying to fight the paralyzing agent, it'll only put more strain on his heart. Now, Black Bolt, he actually does lay there. His body paralyzed. And he does try to let out even a sound. A small grunt. But he can't seem to do it. It would require more effort. Effort his body doesn't feel like it can muster. He feels weak. Now, Deku does go somewhat pull out a device. Before we're going to simply put it on top of Black Bolt's mouth, and the device does start to wrap around and directly connect around. As Deku does tell Black Bolt that he's not going to let him try to do that. He should know, this device here is quite simple, and it is also quite deadly. If Black Bolt tries to let out even a whisper, this device will absorb it and blast it through the back of his skull. Now, Black Bolt, his eyes do fixate directly on Deku. And Deku does want to smile, his eyes glowing green. You know, Black Bolts, everybody underestimates me. You made that mistake once, and you made that mistake again. Don't worry about not seeing your wife, though. She'll be joining you very soon. And you should know, I am only doing this to protect my species, to ensure their future. Weren't those the words your wife spoke? They seem to be the exact ones, if I'm correct. Now, I will prevail, so will my mutants. And if that does mean going to war, then you should know. The Hulk, he'll squash you. He will murder you. And I will not let him, well, run rampant too much. Now, Deku does tell Black Bolt very simply. He holds back the Hulk with every fiber of his being. Every time the Hulk's ever been on a rampage, he's been there to do damage control. If he really wanted to, and let the Hulk off of the chains, fully let loose, not try to restrain him at all, how much damage does he think the Hulk could do? I mean, Hulk was there for Battle Worlds. Does he remember that? Was he even there for it? Probably not. He was probably hiding in a fucking castle. However, let him tell Black Bolt this one thing. Hulk was able to impress a god. And Hulk, he is quite simply the wrath he does have. So how much wrath does Black Bolt think he would have if his entire species died in front of him? How much wrath does he think the Hulk could muster? Because Deku, he has calculated quite a bit of things. And right now, there is no limit to it. The Hulk's wrath would quite simply stomp out the Inhumans before they get out of their cities. And he should know. The Hulk he faced was restrained. The next time they might encounter each other, the Hulk won't be the same person. And neither will he. Now, Deku, here's going to bring his hand up. As he's going to stand and going to inform everybody. He has Black Bolt in custody. And right now, everybody, they do start to go about their plans. Jean takes on Karnak. And Magneto, he does start to get a few things ready. Now, a few days would pass. And right now Medusa, she actually is starting to get a bit more concerned. People, they haven't been showing back up. I mean, she's gotten a report. The cloud has changed trajectory. The predicted margins for it, they were wrong. There's a sudden shift in the wind. And right now it's heading for Genosha. But there's also another problem. The cloud has grown in size significantly, and it has the potential to cover most, if not all, of, one side of the world. The mutants, they had their own concern. However, right now, Medusa, she does see the opportunity here. She wants to get people to cut up the large cloud before it does get unstable. There is a chance that stabilizing it can be done. However, that is another issue. Now, Medusa, yeah, she just stand there and think. Everything currently happening, it doesn't make sense. Right now, she does need the guidance. She needs to consult Black Bolt. Well, people would listen to her rule as queen. They need to look to the king. They respect him too much. His family has had too much influence. And, well, even though she might rule in his absence, they need to look to the strong. And her warriors, they have lost faith in her, all because she was tricked by wordplay. Now, Medusa does stand there a bit angry. People will follow her orders, but they are reluctant to do it. And that brings out her wrath. Now, right now we do actually have behind her, where a sound could be heard, and Medusa is going to take a turn. As Emma Frost does go stand there and bring her hands right up. Medusa looking directly towards her and being surprised. Before Medusa is going to drop to her knees and grab at her head. Her trying to suppress a scream, as she's going to look directly back up towards, well, Emma Frost. And right now Emma does start to say a few things. She is going to make this quite simple and quite easy for her to understand. And she is going to let her know. If she does try to fight that progress in her mind, it will rip apart every part of her mind. Fighting it will hurt like a bitch. And trying to resist it will only strain her more. Eventually she will lose her mind. Or her mind will just completely break and melt. So if she doesn't want her brain turning into a pile of sludge in her head, then just stop and relax. She will allow her that much. Now, Medusa does go look up towards, well, Emma. And Emma does stand there, looking down at the Queen of the Inhumans. And right now, the Queen, she does have blood pour out of her nose, as she does try to stand to her feet and get up. And right now, Nightcrawler, he does stand there. him staring directly at the scene. As Emma, she actually goes to bend down and bring her hands up. Her directly smashing Medusa across the face with a diamond fist. And right now Medusa is going to smash down to the ground. As she actually is going to try and turn and look back up, trying to get back to her feet, telling her that she won't. Resilient. You will break easier. Now, that isn't what I want. You know why I'm here. Now, Medusa does feel the pain again. And this time, she actually has to fall and land on the ground. As Emma Frost, she does start the rewriting and rewiring of Medusa. And Medusa, yeah. She does lay there as Kurt, he is very alarmed. He doesn't know what's about to happen. And right now, Emma, she actually has to turn towards him, informing him of the current plan. As we do actually have where Emma does go so bring her hand up and get ready. As Emma Frost, she attacks Kurt using Medusa's hair. One of the spikes directly stabbing into Kirk's guts. Now, Kurt does stand there as Emma does go to somewhat watch Medusa, who does go to stand back up. As Kirk he is flung directly away and smashing into a wall. Before Medusa does stand there and stay still. Emma running over and going to bend down to Kurt. As Kurt he does lay there, and Emma does take control of his mind. And right now she has going to somewhat enact the plan. Now, Medusa, yeah. Right now, she is still free. And her people, they are going to do things very simple. They are going to make this war look good. Emma will go to run over and take control of Kurt's mind. As Kirk, he does go somewhat teleport away, and the two, they do escape. And right now, we do actually have Medusa. Medusa has everything wired in her mind already. And right now, she is going to start the process. She is going to enact war on Genosha as they try to defend against the Terrigen Mist. They are going to shoot them first. And right now, you do actually have where everybody, they do arrive back at the mansion. Illusions have been created, traps have been set, and everybody, they are not expecting what they do find. As right now, whenever Emma and Kurt do arrive again, Kurt is badly wounded. And right now, Emma, she actually has at least tried to talk about what was going on. They try to capture Medusa. And Medusa, she hurt Kurt. Kurt, he needs a doctor. Now, Deku, he does stand there and watch. As right now, whenever he does try to run over and help Kurt, somewhat relax, Kurt, he does somewhat just sit there standing. Or, he does somewhat just sit there. Deku is standing there and staring at his friend. As Kurt, he does gonna lay down, Deku, he does try to help. Right now, this wound is serious. And right now, he does try to at least yell to people exactly what the hell to get him. And everybody, they are watching. As right now, Kurt, after he is patched up, there is still some issues. He's not out of the woods yet, but he's been taken out of the battle. And right now, all the mutants, they do stare at this. Their plan was somewhat successful. However, Medusa, she does now know everything. And she is going to strike them. I mean, there's no other way to talk about it like that. They are going to be attacked. Now, we do actually have Medusa, who, she does go to call her airships. And right now, she does take the war directly to Genosha, where these people, they live. Now, with that being said, we actually do bring this to a close. As somebody, they do currently go to look up towards Earth before going to turn and walk away. While they could intervene in the events, they cannot. That is not their duty. Their duty is simply to observe. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day.